Welcome to my PowerPoint presentation on the City of Bradenton, a community analysis. Pictured is a map outlining the 5 wards of the city. The objectives for the presentation are to review the history of the city and the community itself via the government structure, public safety, public works and utilities, the environment, education, and the city's population. Housing, death and disease, healthcare facilities, areas for recreation, areas of concern, prioritize community problems, global community issues, and Healthy People 2020. After that, there will be a short summary and a list of references. Historical background. The area, which is now known as the City of Bradenton, was first settled by the Timucuan Indians over a millennium ago. The Spanish explorer Hernando de Soto discovered the area in 1593, and his image is displayed on the slide. The city is named after a settler, Joseph Braden, a sugar planter. Bradenton became incorporated in 1903 and is now known as a tourist destination, maritime city, and booming business community where the Tropicana factory produces its famous orange juice. Government and city structure. Mayor Wayne H. Poston has been doing something right. He is on his 4th term as the mayor of Bradenton and was first elected back in the year 2000, making him the mayor for the past 15 years. The city council is made up of 5 elected members. Each member represents one of the 5 wards that make up the city. City safety. In 2013, the Bradenton Police Department employed 120 sworn officers. That means there are 2.26 officers for every 1,000 citizens. Over the past few years, there has been an elevated homicide rate in Manatee County in comparison to the national average. To help find a solution to the problem and solve the crimes being committed, the Manatee County Homicide Investigators Team was created. This team began work in January 2013, and since then there has been a decrease in the number of homicides committed. The Bradenton Fire Department consists of 3 fire stations and 63 fire suppression personnel. The department responds to an average of 5,000 incidents a year, with approximately 23% being fire-related. Manatee County EMS reports an average response time of 7.33 minutes. The city doesn't own its own ambulance service and relies on the county's 18 ambulances for emergency medical support. Public Works and Utilities. The Public Works Department and Utilities Department run the infrastructure system of the city. The City of Bradenton obtains its public water from the Bill Evers Reservoir. The reservoir, water treatment plant, and distribution system are all owned by the city. The city's supply is supplemented by limited groundwater withdrawals and a wholesale water agreement with Manatee County. The city water treatment plant is monitored by state-certified operators every hour to ensure safety and periodically monitored by an outside neutral agency to ensure quality. There were no violations found in the city's 2013 drinking water report. The City of Bradenton increased its paving budget for the 2nd year in a row. This is a program that has been underfunded during the many years cost-cutting measures were in place due to the recession. Now the city is trying to play catch-up, and this year the City Council increased the budget to $933,000. Over the past few decades, the City of Bradenton has seen a large population growth as well as structural growth. This increase has led to a rise in water consumption. Water is an important commodity and is often used unwisely. Up to 50% of the scarce drinking water that flows through the pipes each month is used to maintain landscape and grass. The city also operates 1 water treatment plant and treats approximately 115,000 gallons of wastewater per day. The state requires 100 to 110 gallons, so the city currently has reserve capacity. The city's solid waste and trash pickup is done weekdays throughout the city's 5 wards. The curbside collection of solid waste is equivalent to 35 pounds per person per week. Bradenton delivers it to the Lena Road landfill, which currently has reserve capacity. Education. School and education is important to the City of Bradenton and Manatee County. In Manatee County, there are a total of 88 preschools, 75 K-12 schools, and 3 colleges. Population analysis. The city of Bradenton has 54,090 residents. In the government census of 2010, there were 3,494 persons per square mile in Bradenton. From the year 2010 to 2013, there was a 4.8% increase in the city's population. Every year, the city has an influx of an additional 12,589 seasonal residents and over 13,000 migrant workers and their families. There's also an additional 610,000 tourists that visit the community each year. I have provided a table that shows the population's breakdown more clearly. Housing. 61.7% of Bradenton are lived in by their owners and 38.3% are leased to renters. The average age of a home in Bradenton is 36 years. This means many of the homes are older and the community is primed for revitalization and redevelopment. Disease and health. 24.3% of the population in Manatee County is over the age of 65, compared to the state average of 17.3%. That's almost a whopping 1 out of every 4 residents. The statistic leads us to the number 1 cause of death in the city, which is heart disease, the number 2 being cancer, and the number 3 being chronic lower lung disease. Healthcare. Of health-related resources in the city. Manatee Memorial Hospital is located downtown on the Manatee River and is a 319-bed acute care facility. The health department is located just a few blocks away and assists people with clinical and nutritional services. The health department also helps track infectious diseases within the community, emergency preparedness for environmental and man-made disasters, and community health statistics. Other services include the Manatee County Rural Health Department, which has 319 facilities in Manatee County. The Manatee County Elder and Aging Services provides or directs clients to any community services they may be in need of. And Meals on Wheels of Manatee County Plus targets anyone over the age of 60 that is homebound, unable to prepare a meal, and those recently discharged from the hospital. They provide residents with 2 hot meals a day. Recreation. The most widely known in Bradenton is the Riverwalk. It is a 1.5-mile path along the riverfront. Scattered along the path are a skate park, children's playground, splash pad, sand volleyball court, pavilion with bathrooms, outdoor amphitheater, fishing pier, butterfly garden, and plenty of benches for sitting along the way. The Manatee Performing Arts Center and Village of the Arts are 2 areas that focus on artists in the community. The Manatee Players puts on plays, musicals, dramas, and other performances at the Performing Arts Center. The Village of the Arts is a community of over 30 homes and businesses just south of the downtown area. McKechnie Field is a baseball stadium where the professional baseball team, the Pittsburgh Pirates, play their spring training games, and where the minor league affiliate, the Bradenton Marauders, play their home games. Areas of concern. Each year, the guide is produced by the for the county citizens, and it contains information on emergency shelters, evacuation routes, pet safety, disaster supply kits, insurance information, and safety tips. This guide highlights all the major areas of information the federal emergency management agency requires. The guide is available at all local county buildings. The last major hurricane to hit the Tampa Bay area was in 1921. Due to the lack of major hurricane activity in the area, many citizens have become complacent and don't prepare their homes and their families each season. With the road repaving and increased population, evacuation routes would be very congested and insufficient for the number of vehicles trying to escape the area. As mentioned earlier in the presentation, the average age of a home is 36 years old and don't meet the building codes of today's standards. Prioritize community needs. The number 1 need is improved health care requirements for the population. From 2007 to 2008, Manatee Memorial Hospital saw 54,074 patients. Bradenton has a lower number of RNs with an average of 1,568 nurses for every 100,000 residents, which is lower than the Florida average of 1,783 nurses. Manatee County has more skilled nursing facilities than the Florida average, yet 84% of the beds are occupied. The second area of need is water conservation. The average daily demand in Manatee County is 27.2 million gallons of water. Up to 50% of the scarce drinking water that flows through the water pipes each month is used to maintain landscaping and grass. Floridians need to be more cautious when using this precious commodity. Just 9 years ago, in 2006, Florida experienced a severe drought in which water conservation methods had to be implemented. Three priority need for the city of Bradenton is hurricane preparedness. After Hurricane Andrew blew through Florida in 1992, the building codes changed. That was 23 years ago. So many of the homes in Bradenton, whose average age is 36, don't meet the newer building codes today. The Tampa Bay area last sustained a direct hit from a hurricane in 1921. The fourth need of the city is waste disposal. Solid waste disposal has increased year-to-date at the landfill by 7% over the 2014 fiscal year and 15% over the 2013 fiscal year. Currently, Manatee County recycles at a rate of only 48%. The city is below the 75% statewide goal for 2020. The average ton of waste collected each month is 23,361. The number 5 need for the city is pedestrian safety and traffic flow. Just last month, there were numerous pedestrian accidents, some of them being deadly. The Bradenton area ranked 8th in the country for pedestrian deaths per capita. Some of this is due to increased pedestrian traffic due to population growth and limited roadway expansion capabilities. One area that could help offset that is by using public transit. An estimated 155,243 passengers use the area's buses and trolleys each month. The sixth need for the residents of Bradenton is reduced skin cancer rates. 22.9 to 34.1 out of every 100,000 residents will be diagnosed with skin cancer due to the high levels of exposure to UVA and UVB rays. Visitors come to Florida for the sun and water, but without proper protection, the sun can be very damaging. Cancer is a major cause of disease and death for people in their 30s and continues to be the leading cause of death throughout the older age groups. National issues. The state of Florida has the third highest illiteracy rate in the United States. As many as 1/5 of adults in Manatee County cannot read above a 5th grade level. Healthy People 2020 has set new goals and standards that the U.S. government is working to meet. Objective OA 7.3 is to raise the percentage of RNs with geriatric certification. The specific goal is to take the current rate of 1.4 to 1.5%, a 10% increase in certification. Another goal for Healthy People 2020 is HDS1, which aims to improve overall cardiovascular health in the U.S. population by prevention, detection, and treatment of risk factors for heart attacks and strokes. Reducing the melanoma cancer rate by 10% is another goal the government is striving to meet. The current rate of 2.7 deaths per 100,000, which occurred in the year 2000, and the goal is to reduce that to 2.4 deaths per 100,000, reducing it another 10%. All of these goals and standards would have a direct impact on the residents of Bradenton. I hope you have enjoyed learning about the city of Bradenton, a few of its prioritized needs and goals within Healthy People 2020. The next slides are all references that were used in the presentation.